So you've always wanted a hardtail chop?
Yep, and I saved 300 quid to buy the chop.
You've got yourself a nice little hardtailed XS 500.
Yep.
Great little bike, all there, just needs a bit of fitting together.
Yep.
And as we'll demonstrate later on, it should run.
Yep.
And what did you do?
I couldn't think of something to get my wife, so I gave her my chop.
Twat.
Yeah.
Yamaha XS 500, 1976. The first of the 8-valve engines. A good experiment, not particularly powerful, but it'll do the job. The idea is to matte black it, keep it simple, keep the lines looking good.
Well, what do you think about that then? What you can do with your bike?
I know, it's my bike, isn't it?
Yeah. What are they like?
Can't believe it. Give you a bike. What do you want to do to your bike? Tell them what you want to do. They do what they want to do to the bike.
I know, unbelievable.
That's a female. That way, when that's connected, if I drop it on the frame, nothing's going to happen. So you always do a live feed with a female in, so you can unplug it so you haven't got a live bit sticking out. I'm just seeing if there's a spark coming from the coil by shorting the points out. Right, there's nothing happening on that one. If I plug the other one in, it's just to show that the coil's working. So that's the right coil that's working.
So, just talk us through how we've got this connected up then.
Right, I'm going to disconnect it for a second. What I've done, rather than start messing about and sorting all the switches out because it's a bit of a mess, what I've done is just done a direct feed to the coils of power. Now you don't want to do this on a bike with transistorised ignition, but with a points bike, connect it up directly, flip the points, and what should happen is the same as the engine spinning, the points opening should create a spark. Now we know one of the coils isn't working too well, and we've just established that it's the left coil.
How do we know that one of the coils isn't working?
Because there's no spark. On the left hand coil we get absolutely nothing at all. In fact it's getting quite hot, which shows that it's broken down inside. So this coil's cold. This coil is, even just with that couple of minutes, it's red hot. So we
A coil. Do you know what the coil's for?
No. Does it not quieten the bike?
Got nothing to do with it.
Really?
That makes it go.
Oh.
Right, so we're now ready for the next phase. So where's the coil that we ordered?
Right here. It's supposed to be. What we ordered, or what my missus ordered for her new bike, was a single pole coil for a points bike. And what we got was a single pole for an electronic ignition, which is no good to us. So, a couple of phone calls later, we managed to unearth, no pun intended, this old coil here. And it was, I mean, it's ancient. Came with this little leaflet from a box that must have been around in the 70s, but that's exactly what we want for this build.
That's because it was Triumph Bonneville, that's why.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so it's the Bonneville coil.
Quality. So happy days. So next thing, get the fucker running.
That's because I'm an advocate. Right, I'm going to sound like Robert Bloody Evans. I'm putting some petrol on the air filters to make sure there's a little bit in there. Ready to rock and roll? Yeah. Once I connect this up, man, your fate is in my hands. Rock and roll. Might take a while. That's both firing as well. Oh, that crap just come out of that. Oh. I bet it's too much. Oh, you hear that?
Very tough, mate.
So, are you going to be that pleased when the missus paints it pink?
And my really disappointing thing about all this my first chop, my wife gets to pass her test on. And keep brake lines on this one for her.
I think, right, black, white wall tyres with a red rim.
Oh, nice.
They're like a big daisy on the tank.
Oh, both sides?
No,
Or
just
in
one
the middle?
big one on the middle. And then on the sissy bar, I thought, you know, everyone has these pointy sissy bars.
Yeah.
I thought, top of the sissy bar, big daisy.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll go for it?
No. But it's my bike.
It is your bike.
Yeah.
Bye. Well, Alison, what does it feel like?
Feels like magic.
Every day I love you, listeners.
Pull the
It's
brake.
Kaiser Chief Roof.
Pull the
That's
front
because I
brake,
like
Ruth.
you out of dress.
Pull it.
Pull the front brake before you stand it upright.
Otherwise it'll roll backwards.
Feel how light it is when you stand it up.
Lift it up.
Really?
Yeah,
Lift
it's
it up.
light. Isn't it?
You look so nervous. You drive me nervous.
And that's why Alison is going to learn to ride the bike and not me.
Suicide
Hang
tyres,
on a
mate.
second. We're building a chop here, right? Whether you like the tyre or not is irrelevant. The idea
he's
is to
got
get it
the
up and
Jake
running.
back
Then
one.
we'll worry about it later.
No, to girls it matters, doesn't it? These things matter, don't
It
they?
does. That one doesn't match the one at the back.
Yeah.
And that's the brake light.
That looked lovely under there, wouldn't it?
Sound right?
Yes, that's cool, isn't it?
Brake light.
Lovely.
And this part was donated by JW Motorcycles, as on the front page of the website. My biggest area of concern on this is the technical aspects of the build, because I'm not mechanical. Jake's mechanical, I'm not. As I said earlier, the pipes are routed too close to the frame, so we've got a couple of options there. One, do we chop the pipes and get them re-welded and rerouted? Two, do we get new pipes made up to fit, which of course is going to be expense? Or do we try and manufacture parts to allow for that and come up with some custom brackets or something to get the pegs and the gear lever and the brake lever in the right place? I think that's probably the way we're going to go. My second main concern is time, because opposite ends of the country, how are we going to get this done in a timely manner? The idea being that this is ready for March next year for a run to Scotland and to get Alison through her test prior to that run. So, see how we go.
The chop is basically all there. What it needs is a little bit of fettling, messing around. We need ancillary stuff like seats, lights, etc. Problems of stupid things, as Jamie said, time is the worst, it's our biggest enemy at the moment. We're going to have to sort of arrange a lot of time to get this sorted out. We need to find a few people that can weld and sort a few problems out for us. We do have a couple of guys, but again, everyone's spread around all over the country, so it's getting the parts to them, getting the measurements to them, getting some ideas around to decide what we're going to do. Other than that, it's cosmetics, which unfortunately isn't down to us anymore, because someone's giving the bike away. But we'll worry about that later. So, March, I think, a bit tight, but we're going to have a go.
Well, mate, happy days.